This is the new 7200 F4 from Sony. Now, I've never owned a 72-200. I've always been someone that goes for the bigger focal lengths, like the 100-400, the 200-600, and even then, I still have a 2-time converter, which I throw on these lenses every now and then. So what appealed to me about this lens is the size and how lightweight it is. It is 794 grams, and it is 46 grams lighter than the previous 72-200 F4, which just blows my mind. It's also small enough that it fits in my bag vertically, which I just think is brilliant because it's such a space saver, and you know, as someone who hikes mountains all the time with my tiny little legs, it's amazing to be able to save weight in this way. Now here's just a size comparison between the lenses I just mentioned. I'd also like to show you the comparison to the previous model. Now that is the size difference. Obviously this doesn't have the lens hood, so actually I'll just remove that. And you can visibly feel the difference as well. We did a weight test and closed our eyes to see if we could tell the difference, and were immediately amazed at how much lighter this lens was. And to me, it just makes a huge difference to my hiking and to the weight on my back when climbing these mountains. Now, as I mentioned, I love those long compression shots. I use the 200-600 and the 100-400 regularly. But as I also mentioned, I have a 2-time converter, which I throw into these lenses. What's great about this is that this is also compatible with the 2-time converter, which for me is game-changing because it prevents me from having to lug around my 100-400 in my bag. If this lightweight lens can fit in my bag with the 2-time converter, I'm saving a ton of weight and space, and it makes my hikes so much easier. Having been doing that the past week in Lofoten here, it's just proven to me that this is a lens that I need. Another thing I want to mention is the macro capabilities. I have never owned a macro lens either. I've always rented or borrowed from friends whenever I've needed it, as I've never felt that I use it enough to justify a purchase. But having played around with this, it's really shown me that it is something that I would love to have alongside my work. The detailed shots that you can get with this, you can get as close as 7.5 centimeters, creating these beautiful, crisp, detailed shots that I would just love to see incorporated in my work more regularly. It was so much fun, and I never realized that I needed it in my life until I had this lens. Now, I guess the final question is, will I be adding this to my bag? And the answer is yes. It saves space, it saves weight, and the fact that it's compatible with the 2-time converter just makes it perfect for me, because it means that I'm saving the space and weight, but I'm not sacrificing those incredible focal lengths that I love to shoot with. I know people might go at me for the F4, but realistically, I don't believe anything else is needed for what I do. I mean, usually in the mountains, I'm probably not shooting past blue hour anyway. So for someone like me who prioritizes lightweight bag as much as possible, but also wants to have those epic compression and scale shots, this is perfect in every way. So to conclude, get yourself the new 72-200.